Hey guys, I heard something a while back and I want to share it with you guys and let me know what you think about it. It's the difference between poor people, middle class people, and rich people and how they think about money and what the use of money is. So here's what it is. I heard that poor people think about money as a tool to use to pay their bills only. And if they want to look nice, poor people are going to sacrifice a bill and not pay a bill to look a certain way. And then I heard that middle class people, they think of money as a way to enhance their credit. Money as a way to get better credit so they can go out and buy more stuff and borrow more money to look a certain way, to keep up with the Joneses. And then the difference in rich people that I heard was that rich people or wealthy people, they look at money as a tool to make more money. And they care very little about how they look or looking like a certain way to keep up with any Joneses. They just want their money to work for them. So this video is about the importance of looking poor. Now, I don't mean looking raggedy and rough and beat up and torn up. I'm not telling you that. I'm just saying you don't have to look rich to be rich. And many people that look rich, they're not rich. Trust me. They look like they have money. They look like they're wealthy. They're not wealthy. And so if you're trying to build wealth and be a wealthy person, a regular rich person, maybe to have over $1 million net worth, whatever you define as rich, if you want to be that person, you've got to think about changing your mindset to say, hey, maybe I'm looking at stuff the wrong way. Material things, right? Perhaps I care less about what people think and I keep more of a low profile. And in the background, I'm using my money to make more money. And that's why looking poor is so important, because looking poor is going to help you with the mentality of saying, you know what, I don't care what I look like. I don't care if I don't look rich, but I'm on my way to being wealthy. If you really, truly have money, you don't have to look like you have money. Matter of fact, most people that are really rich and really wealthy, they don't even look like they're wealthy. You couldn't tell. It's totally unnecessary to impress other people or to feel good about yourself to look rich. In fact, impressing other people, if you want to be wealthy, impressing other people should be totally off the table. Should be something that you're not even worried about, you don't care about. I mean, if you're really, truly interested in being wealthy, you have to get to the point where you stop bluffing people and you stop worrying about pulling the wool over people's eyes, right? Because if you really want to be wealthy, you don't really have to prove to anybody that you have money. You don't have to prove to anybody that you have wealth or that you have things. You don't have to prove that to people when you get into the mindset of being a truly wealthy person. And you also might want to be careful about looking too wealthy and too rich. There's a lot of desperate people in the world that they see you, they see that you're rich and you got a gold chain around your neck and you got a nice watch. People will try to target you to steal from you. So that's another important reason you don't necessarily want to look rich. You really want to keep a low profile and not bring so much attention to yourself if you actually and truly have money, which is what most people that have money do. When I sit down and have a conversation with a wealthy person, I can't even tell they're wealthy until we start talking about their numbers and most people that have wealth, they're not into trying to show it and be flashy because they understand that that stuff really doesn't mean anything. That stuff doesn't mean anything at all. What matters is making money grow and making the money you have go out and make more money. And I found that the more wealth that a person really has, the more rich a person really is, the less they even care about looking the part, about looking rich. So if you really want to move into the mind frame of being a wealthy person or think how wealthy people think, you've got to make sure that you don't act rich and that you actually are building wealth. Because again, most real wealthy people and wealthy millionaires in America, most of them drive 2- and 3-year-old cars that are Toyotas and Hondas, and they're not driving Bentleys and Rolls Royces. That's just not how most rich and wealthy people are living. You know, you don't have to have the biggest, newest, fanciest car or the biggest rims or take the most expensive trips that you can post about on Instagram and other social media websites, right? Most wealthy people are not doing that. It's fun to actually have money and don't look like you have money. To actually have wealth but don't look like you have wealth and just dress normal and dress, I would say, poor. And just be a person that may have a t-shirt on, might have a hole in the jeans, might have, a scraggly neck around the neck, the collar, of the t-shirt, right? Or might have an old raggedy hat on and just look like a regular, normal, poor person. That's fun to actually be that person that's not really worried about the show, not really worried about what other people think, and not really worried about impressing other people with the stuff or the stuff I have on or the stuff that I wear or the car I drive. I drive an old 16-year-old car right now, a 16-year-old Toyota. Before that, I was driving a 97 Escort around town, right? And I wasn't doing that on purpose. It was just that, it's not a priority of mine to look a certain way to impress people or to make sure I'm getting out the fanciest car or have the fanciest clothes on. That's never been a goal of mine. It's never been impressive to me. I've never went out and bought rims for a car, or I've never owned a pair of Jordan sneakers. Never in my life. And I've just never been that type of person. And I think that's really helped me in terms of wealth building over the last 20 years. I haven't worried about that stuff. So I'm telling you guys that it's okay to look poor. Matter of fact, it's important to look poor, because the other thing you want to think about is this. If you look poor, then all the money that you're using to spend on fancy clothes, fancy vacations, fancy cars, fancy shoes, all that money is being invested for your future. Right? It's expensive to look rich. It's expensive to look like you have a lot of money. So not only does it cost you a lot of money to look like you have money, but it also costs you a lot of time, it costs you a lot of energy, and it also costs you a lot of stress trying to keep up with other people, trying to be a middle-class mindset person that says, I have to go out and make sure my credit is right so I can buy the right stuff and borrow enough money to make sure I have the right this and the right that to look the part. That costs a lot of stress, and it costs you a lot of future money, because the $10,000 you spend on looking good today, if you had invested it, that could be $100,000 in 15 years. That could be more money then if you just don't worry about impressing everybody today. You don't want to forfeit your future money for today's look. So when it comes to truly wealthy people, now I'm not talking about the 1% that's glamorized on TV and social media, right? There's a small percentage, very, very small percentage of rich and wealthy people that we see all the time on social media, on the internet, on TV, that are flashing their wealth. They have a lot of wealth and they buy a lot of big time stuff, and we see it. But that's a small percentage of most wealthy people. Most rich people in America don't do that. The reason we don't see most of their wealth is because their wealth is typically tied up in things that are appreciating in value, that we can't see and we really can't touch, right? We don't see it, but their money is somewhere else. They don't choose to spend their money on looking good or looking rich. They choose to spend their money, again, on growing their money, right? So their wealth is not tied up in shoes and cars and purses and jewelry. Their wealth is tied up in equity, investments in the stock market, money in their bank account, and other investments. You can't see all of their wonderful options they have to utilize their money with. You can't see it because their money is working in the background. Their money is not out front buying the stuff that's going down in value. Their money is in the background stacking up because it's making more money. Their wealth is on things that are growing and flowing and going up in value. Whereas most poor people and middle class people, their wealth is on things that's going down in value. And that's a way of thinking that separates truly rich or wealthy people from other people. And so what I want to do, guys, is I want to say, hey, how do we get into the truly wealthy side of things and not just the poor and middle class things? We got to look at money as a tool to grow more money, not just a tool to go out and buy stuff or go pay bills or to go get credit so we can go buy more stuff and then get more credit and buy more stuff. We got to look at money as the tool that's going to make more money, that's going to make future wealth, that's going to make future riches. Because a lot of times you have poor people that want to be rich who are just copying other poor people who want to be rich. But these other poor people, they just got a little bit more money so they can look like they have something, and you have poor people that copy them. And what I'm saying is, instead of copying other poor people who are trying to look rich, why not just copy what 98 or 99% of all rich people do? What all rich people do is they don't care about looking poor. They don't care about looking rich. They have no concern about what they look like to other people. Everyday millionaires, most of them, they don't look rich. Copy those people. But unfortunately, what happens to a lot of people that are trying to get rich or want to get wealthy, they end up copying one of two people. They either copy the people that are also poor who look rich, or they copy that one little tiny percent of rich, wealthy people that we see on TV and on social media. And they forget about the 98 or 99% of all rich people who don't look rich. So get an unfancy car, get unfancy clothes, take unfancy vacations, pay off your debt, get an emergency fund, be investing in the stock market as much as possible on a regular, consistent basis over years and years and years without touching it, without borrowing from it, without taking a loan on it, and focus on actually building some wealth in the background, low key. Read the books. Read the books by Thomas Stanley, Millionaire Next Door, Stop Acting Rich, or check out some Dave Ramsey books, maybe Everyday Millionaire, whatever it may be. Read new stuff so you can understand and learn how real, rich, wealthy people actually live and look. And then live a lifestyle that's well below your means being your income. Live below those means because you want to be taking that money that most people that you know and I know are using to look rich. You want to take that money to be investing and making that money grow for you. And so you're doing your budget every month, right? You've got your emergency money, right? And you've got your debt paid down on depreciating assets going down in value. And keep it in mind, guys, wealth takes time. And you as a person, you're going to change over the course of wealth building, right? When you're young, you're thinking money, 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 look good, buy stuff. But as you get older, you begin to understand the importance of relationships and people and other things besides stuff and besides looking wealthy. And you're going to find that life goes from stuff and material things to relationships and to people as you get older. Hey guys, do me a favor. If you got anything at all out of this quick video, smash the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. And also guys, drop me a comment below. Let me know what you thought about this content. Hey, the best person to take care of the old you is the young you. Take care of yourself guys and take care of other people. Hey guys, I offer one-on-one financial mentoring and coaching. If you're looking to grow your current income by adding multiple streams of income, or you want to maximize the current income that you have and get the most out of your money right now, or simply become a better manager of your money, a better steward over your current finances, I might be a good fit for you. Or if you're looking to get into the real estate game, perhaps buy properties, perhaps even manage the properties that you have right now better, or simply grow a real estate portfolio. I've got 22 years of owning and managing my own real estate, so I can definitely help you in that area as well. You'll find a link to my schedule below. Feel free to reach out to me, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.